He let his family be racist. Now he's in prison. My boyfriend and I had been together for 3 years when his family flew in from Spain to visit. I was really excited to finally meet them, until I actually did. The first bad sign came right away. His nephew started doing the eye-stretching gesture at me because I'm Chinese. His mom and grandparents scolded him immediately, so I tried to stay hopeful. Maybe it would still go okay. Later that day, the nephew kept saying he wanted Chinese food for lunch. My boyfriend's parents turned to me and asked if I could cook something traditional. I was happy to. I spent all morning preparing a meal, complete with chopsticks and all. When I called everyone to the table, though, I immediately saw their disappointed faces. The nephew asked, "What's this?" And when I said, "Traditional Chinese food," he threw a full-on tantrum, crying, screaming, insisting he wanted real Chinese food. His mom calmed him down and then turned to me, explaining that this wasn't what they were expecting. Confused, I asked what they were expecting, and they said, "You know, like what they serve at Chinese restaurants." I tried to explain that this is what real Chinese people actually eat, but none of them listened. Instead, they all got up, got dressed, and went out to eat, leaving me sitting there. My boyfriend stayed behind. I wish he hadn't. He turned on me immediately, called me stupid, told me, "You knew what they meant by Chinese food. I'm trying to make you look good and you're playing dumb." I tried asking what he meant, but he just exploded. "When people say Chinese food, they don't expect white rice, you dumb bitch. Get a fucking clue." It made no sense. Almost every real Chinese meal is served with white rice. But from that moment on, his entire family treated me like I was brainless, over-explaining everything to me like I was a toddler. They even stopped correcting the nephew's racist behavior. I begged my boyfriend to tell them to stop, but he shrugged and said, "This is your doing. Now they think you're slow." Thankfully, they left the next day, but after they were gone, my boyfriend barely spoke to me. I felt isolated and hurt, so I turned to my family. When I told them what happened, my dad was furious. He told me I needed to dump my boyfriend, and he insisted on coming with me in case things turned ugly. I agreed because deep down I was terrified of what might happen if I went alone. When we got to my boyfriend's apartment, the breakup didn't go smoothly. He screamed that I couldn't dump him, that he wouldn't let me leave. My dad stepped between us and calmly told him he didn't have a say. My ex then shoved his face right into my dad's and spat out slurs, calling my dad a racial slur too, and claimed I was his property. That's when I saw my dad ball his fists. My ex threatened him, said he was more than happy to make my dad his punching bag, and then threw the first punch. My dad fought back. My ex ended up blue-faced and bleeding. My dad had bruised knuckles, but he never lost his composure. Still crying and shaken, I tried to figure out what to do next, but it got worse. My ex pushed me out of the apartment and locked the door, trapping all my stuff inside. We could hear him smashing everything, glass shattering, furniture breaking. That's when I realized how dangerous he really was. My dad called the police. When they arrived, they tried talking to him, but he just screamed slurs through the door, telling me to go back to my country and leave him alone. Finally, they broke the door down. My ex immediately sucker punched one of the officers, but the second one tackled him and handcuffed him. When I finally stepped inside, it looked like a war zone. Broken mirrors, smashed plates, cracked TV screens, my destroyed phone, even holes in the walls. The police asked if we wanted to press charges. My dad encouraged me to say yes, and I did. Besides assaulting me and my dad, he also assaulted a police officer, which made everything way more serious. At trial, the evidence against him was overwhelming. It didn't take long for him to be found guilty. He was sentenced to prison, and honestly, I hope he rots there.